Dawn Candy, incumbent City Council Place 4, Oak Ridge North.
So Dawn, tell us, why do you want to run for City Council?
Well, I'm running for re-election for City Council Place 4 in Oak Ridge North because number one, I love to serve my community. And I think there are great opportunities for us. I mentioned this story to you, the orange story. I want to share that because I think it's just so impactful when you hear it. So, and if I'm stealing this from somebody, please forgive me. I can't remember where I heard this. But the orange story is about a family. There's a dad who's in the kitchen. His two daughters come in and there's one orange left and both girls want the orange. So they're arguing over that, right? And then so the dad says, I'll settle this. I'm gonna cut the orange in half and you guys can each have half. So he does. And there's an opportunity here that you're going to hear in just a moment, but the opportunity, the girls took their half of the orange and they did with it what they wanted, and the dad noticed what they were doing. One of the daughters wanted it for baking, so she needed the orange peel for the zest. The other one squeezed her half of the orange for orange juice. Now, the opportunity that dad had when they were arguing over it was to ask, why? What are you going to use it for? What do you need it for? He thought it was a win-win to cut it in half, which initially when I heard this story, I thought the same. But when you reframe it and you realize, oh my goodness, they each could have had 100% of the peel and of the juice had they only known what the needs were. And I think this equates so well to government and even business and relationships. Oftentimes we go in thinking, what are we going to have to sacrifice to get what we want from the other person or entity? And we may not even have to do that if we ask the right questions. So my why is to open up that conversation and make it more collaborative than compromising. I think that is so beneficial for everyone involved. It's a win-win-win. So that's my why.
Very good. Dawn, tell us about your background and how it makes you uniquely qualified to serve on City Council.
So I've been part of Montgomery County for over 30 years in the business community and have lived here. And I've served on several nonprofits as a volunteer, a committee member, board, donor, all of that. And I've owned a business now for 15 years. And so I think being a part of the community and a part of the fabric of this community really gives me great experience to know, again, that collaboration is so important with other entities to get things done, to be able to manage several projects at one time. And I think it's just making sure that we're really taking advantage of the opportunities in front of us as far as being able to complement the other areas that are in our community. And so I think just all of that, feeling very inclusive and understanding that we do have to work with our partners in the community to create the community we're looking for.
Good. Very good. Now, what kind of development should the city of Oak Ridge North focus on as Robinson Road realignment moves forward?
Well, this is a fun one. The Plaza District actually is part of the Robinson Road realignment that we have going on right now. And as everyone knows where City Hall is now on Robinson Road, our comprehensive plan has the Plaza District where the City Hall is located right now. And so what we're looking to do is make that a destination type of location. So it will be shopping and dining and gathering place and things like that. And so that's a big project for us. And the benefit that I see in that is that it will help us raise sales tax revenue because we have those types of businesses that are coming in, and it will keep our property taxes low for our residents. So I think it's a great opportunity for us.
Okay, very good. What are some of the biggest challenges you feel the city is facing over the next 2 to 3 years?
Well, I think there's a couple. Infrastructure is very important. We do have an aging city, our roads, water, things like that. But there's some other projects that our residents are very interested in pushing forward, moving forward. And I think one of those is sidewalks. The thing that has really come to light to us on council recently has been how important a piece of Maplewood is close to Vogel Intermediate, and the safety of the kids going back and forth to school there. And so a sidewalk there would be really, really important. So what I found an opportunity actually to partner with Sam Houston State University to get them involved with us, to help us to put together a plan to be able to find funding, grant funding and things like that, because right now it's not in the city budget to do sidewalks. And so we have started that process, and I'm very excited about that, because again, it will save our residents taxpayer dollars if we can get grant funding to pay for some of these projects. You know, the other project that I'm excited about is City Hall. In a couple of years we'll have to move because of the Plaza District coming in. And because of that fact, we are looking to partner with a local organization here who may help us create a net zero building and find the funding to build that net zero building. So that's very exciting to me as well.
Very good. And so everybody understands net zero. What exactly does that mean?
Net zero basically is they are generating more energy than they are using. And so what they do with that energy is then sell it back to the grid and let others use it. And so the organization has a net zero building, and we're going to go take a tour, and I'm very excited about that. And just hopefully that partnership will come together, and you'll start to hear some more about that soon.
Excellent. So new sidewalks without any taxpayer dollar.
Correct.
New City Hall net zero building.
Yes. Yes. What a feather in our cap it would be for anyone that's concerned about the environment, but also keeping your taxes down. It's just, I think it's a great opportunity for us.
Very good.
Yeah.
What efforts can the city take to increase budget revenues?
Well, I think the grants, you know, like we were just talking about, looking for opportunities for funding other than raising taxes. Encouraging businesses to come to our community because it is a thriving community. We're raising sales tax revenue, which is again going to fund some of these opportunities that we have. So I think those are the two main things that we can really focus on: bringing that business into the community, increasing that sales tax revenue, and looking for those grant opportunities.
Okay, very good. And when is voting?
Early voting starts April 24th, and election day is May 6th. I encourage you to please go out and vote. And I would ask for your vote if you would please support me so that I can stay in office and keep pushing for the things that I see are important to our city.
Excellent. Dawn, Candy, thank you so much for your time answering these very important questions for this election.
Thank you, Jeff.
This is a political ad paid for by Candy4Council, the campaign to re-elect Dawn Candy to City Council, Place 4, Oak Ridge, North Texas. Treasurer Randy Lovelace.